Godzilla Minus One is so successful, we are now talking about a sequel. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Let's get into this over here. Godzilla Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki provides update on possible sequel is the headline over at thatparkplace.com. Wrote this up yesterday. This is something I am excited to talk about because I thought this was the best film of 2023. So, but we do have to temper our expectations here a little bit because he did do an interview with Japanese website HJ Web. So there might be some translation errors here, but he was asked about if there were plans for the next Godzilla movie. He says no, there is no such story at all. So they don't have anything in the works. They're not doing any kind of production, pre-production, anything like that. It doesn't sound like there's anything really planned at all, which is unfortunate. But we do get a little bit of hope here, right? So he goes on to say, but I might be a little sad if someone is chosen for the next work other than him. When someone says this is the person who will direct the next Godzilla, I think, ah. And when someone says, please do it, I think, ah. So he's seemingly excited that he wants to do the next one and would be disappointed if he doesn't get it. So he obviously wants to continue doing Godzilla, which I think is fantastic. Again, I can't emphasize how great that film was. It was absolutely awesome, and I'm really looking forward to what he does in the future. And I hope he does do another Godzilla movie because I do think I think that one obviously works as a standalone. But I think this guy should do a sequel. I mean, you get rewarded when you do something really good like that. So I'm not against doing a sequel for this film. However, he did share one big piece of information about what he would do if he was chosen to direct the next Godzilla. He says, if I were to direct the next movie, I would like to do a sequel to this one. But since there have been two standalone Godzilla movies in a row, I think the next movie will probably have to include an enemy monster. So that is basically the update that he gave us. He does want to do a sequel. He's interested in doing a sequel. And if he does do a sequel, he's probably going to have Godzilla face off against an enemy monster. So that's exciting. I think that's really exciting. I'm interested to see what he would do. It'll be interesting to see how he plays up on how Godzilla is kind of still this monster. He's got to control his territory. He sees kind of Japan, Tokyo as part of his territory. Obviously, he was defeated, but he was regenerating at the very end of the film. So does he still have that territorial instincts? Is he still kind of like wants to dominate and be this kind of ferocious, fearsome monster? Or does he kind of become like the protector? Potentially, maybe he sees it as part of his territory. He's got to protect those people. It'll be interesting to see how he plays it. I hope he keeps him as kind of this terrible monster, this walking nuclear bomb that's coming to destroy Tokyo. And then maybe some monster comes in that wants to destroy Tokyo as well, that's encroaching on his territory. So you get these two giant monsters just absolutely fighting over the city, and the humans are kind of helpless, don't really have anything that they can possibly do. So I think that could be really fun. I hope it's actually an original monster. I hope he doesn't do maybe something that we've seen before. I think original monster would be really fun and really cool. And so it stays kind of in that kind of unique realm that Godzilla Minus One is. But this is the big update for Godzilla Minus One. I think this is something to be excited about. I know we usually talk a lot about like there's not a lot of it's usually bad stuff happening, right? Marvel, Star Wars, etc. But I do think this is something exciting. I'm excited to see where it is. Obviously, Yamazaki respected the Godzilla source material. He created, I think, something that was absolutely fantastic. And it does sound like he has some ideas running around in his head for a sequel, but they don't have anything planned out or ready to go as of yet. But let me know what you guys make of this update from director Takashi Yamazaki on a potential sequel to Godzilla Minus One. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to always speak the truth.